PennsPeakRadio.com.
Penn's Peak Radio, it's the Doctor. We're hanging out with Peter Noone of Hermans Hermits fame. He is going to be here this coming Friday night at Penn's Peak once again. And Peter, I got to tell you, the last time you were here, we just talked a little bit before actually we went on the air. How fun you are.
I know. I got my first check, and my first check as a professional entertainer in 1961.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I've kind of been around, but I was just a kid. I was on a TV show, and they gave me a check, and I go, wow, now I'm a professional.
Wow. My gosh, I wasn't even born yet.
I know. Well, there you go. What can you do?
All new Peter Noone and more fun than ever before. It's crazy fun.
Well, that's nice, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what we tried to keep it fun. You know, we tried to keep it fun, first of all, for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And if you see the Hermits having a good time, then it means I'm doing something right, because we don't want ever to get stuck in a rut, and do the same show every night.
Yep.
So, we got like 300 songs that we dip into, and we don't have a set list. I have a list of all these songs on the stage, and I just jump them out, and you can see that I surprise the band. I go, okay, it's not unusual.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
And we do It's Not Unusual, or we do a Stones song, or we do a Monkey song, or we do a Johnny Cash song, and we just keep throwing songs out that we know.
And holy crap, that last time you were here, I guess it was, I don't know if it was last year, I think it was like the year before. I don't know, I lose track of time. It was unbelievable, the fun that people had.
Yeah, and the audience was great there. I loved that Penn's Peak place. Remember, we had like 200 lunatics there. We had like a fan club gathering.
Yeah.
400 lunatics.
Yeah. Now,
this time, hopefully the people who came last time will tell their friends and they'll come too.
I hope. I'll tell you what. Now, your travels, Hermans Hermits. Where did it all start? Where did Hermans Hermits come from, Peter Noone?
Where did it come from? Well, we were rehearsing. We were called Pete Novak and the Heartbeats, and I thought I was a Buddy Holly impersonator. And I wore these glasses, and the publican, the man who owned the pub that we rehearsed in, said, "Who are you supposed to be?" And I said, "Buddy Holly." And he said, "You don't look like Buddy Holly. You look like Herman from Herman and Professor Peabody." And, of course, he meant Sherman and Professor Peabody.
Oh, yeah.
So the band all laughed, and we said, okay, I'm going to be called Herman now. And let's get a name. And the same guy said, call yourself Herman and the Bloody Hermits, because you dress like hermits. And he came up with the name of the band. Unfortunately, we can't ever remember his name. Nobody remembers his name.
Wow.
The guy who invented the band. And, we played around all the same places as the Beatles, the Cavern and the Oasis in Manchester and the Litherland Town Hall and all the Locarnos in Liverpool and Manchester and Altrincham. And bit by bit, we gained a following. I mean, I'd suggest that to any person who wants to be in show business. Start small, get a following, build on it, and then try to keep them. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did. We managed to be, I think this year is our best year ever, and next year is already better than that. So, we keep building on, an idea, which is to go on stage and have fun and have songs that people enjoy singing along to. We sometimes do. We do like Do-Wah Diddy, which isn't even Herman's Hermits. Mm-hmm. But it's a good song for us to do. We could have done, Herman's Hermits could have recorded it. Mm-hmm. So stuff like that. And now if you go on iTunes, you see that Do-Wah Diddy is by Herman's Hermits, Manfred Mann.
Right.
So, it's all just a wonderful sort of thing. And because we still enjoy it, we're pretty naive and we still enjoy it. And if you're looking for Herman's Hermits backstage, they're probably in the dressing room playing guitars and singing other people's songs because we love music so much that's what we do for fun as well.
It was so heartwarming when my son, again, 2 years old, looking down on you and you're looking up at him, you're interacting with him. He had no idea what was going on at 2, and yet he still has his T-shirt that we have that he now almost fits into because he's only 4, but he's 62 pounds and almost 47 inches tall.
There you go, a football player.
I hope. Yeah. Some kind of football, rugby player.
Davy Jones already.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So where does Peter Noone call home?
I'm mixed up. I have a house in Santa Barbara in California, and I also have we live in London as well. So we go backwards and forwards between the two places. Mm-hmm. If I stay away from London too long, I start to say words like "I guess so" instead of "I suppose so." And so I go back often, and my mum lives in Liverpool, so I go back there often.
Right.
And, I'm backwards and forwards. It's a perfect life,
Yeah.
Next year I'm doing a 60-day tour in England. Starts in March, and I'm going to do 60 dates in England.
That is
60
crazy.
days.
That is absolutely awesome. So your mom still lives? Yes.
Yeah, she's hanging in there. She lives in Liverpool. She lives near my brother and the rest of what's left of my family in Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all good. I had family in Manchester. When I grew up, I was from Manchester, but my parents moved to Liverpool in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So they could be near the Beatles, even though the Beatles hadn't been invented yet. And, they still lived there. My dad recently went off to meet Jimi Hendrix, and so we're still a big family, big Irish Catholic family who all know each other, and everybody lives within 40 yards of each other. Do you know what I mean? One of those families.
That's right. I'm
walk from my mother's house to my brother's house.
Peter Noone is going to be here this coming Friday. So, anything a little different, or is it going to be certainly? I'm sure a whole lot of spontaneity and off the cuff. I'm sure of that. But anything that you'd like?
I read the audience. My trick has always been right from the very early days at the Cavern, is to read the audience. I remember John Lennon said to me, you should stop playing to these young girls at the front of the stage and play to those people at the back of the room who don't like you. And I'll wave, he said. And I've always played to the room. You learn to play. If the audience like slow songs, then you do more slow songs. If the audience, I think I have a good feeling. I'm a good audience person because I go to loads of concerts. Like in the last week, I've seen Jeff Bridges and Dylan and ZZ Top. I like to go and see other bands. The Moody Blues I saw here locally.
Nice. So
I get around and see other shows, and you learn how to read the audience by being the audience.
Absolutely.
Like when Jerry and the Pacemakers do Ferry Across the Mersey, I get a buzz.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I want people to get that buzz in I want them to hear the songs as they were originally intended. You want us to play There's a Kind of Hush like it sounds like the record.
Mm-hmm.
The same with I'm Into Something Good. The same with Mrs. Brown, You Got a Lovely Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to sound like the record so that they refresh people's memories.
Absolutely, and they do.
And like your son was 2 years old, when he's 23, he'll know the songs. Hopefully, they won't have gone away.
Absolutely, the music that you and others of that era have made, and they're 40+ years and longer strong, is a testament to what you guys have done and continue to do. This music will span an eternity. I think it's just, and I don't know. That's why is that?
I just hope you're right, because I've still got 25 years left on my mortgage. And I've got two mortgages, one in England and one. So,
It's amazing what you laid down.
Keep going for a bit.
The music is, you can hear it, and it doesn't matter what age you are. I mean, myself, when I hear it from what you guys made back in the 50s, 60s, and you hear it and beyond, it's all right, 80s and 90s. It sounds so refreshing still today.
You never want people your age. If you're a new singer, you don't want people your age to like it. That's wrong.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's got to be
if my dad had liked Little Richard, I wouldn't have liked Little Richard quite so much.
I guess. That's maybe a good point. Maybe never thought of it that way. Yeah. Peter Noone enlightening me. That's true, though. That is true, I guess.
You need to be enlightened.
I guess. There you are. And that's a good way to put it.
A lot of good stuff out there.
Absolutely there is. I just love them going, huh? What'd they say? So I guess probably like that analogy with your dad going, what is he saying? It's like, I don't know. But you understood him. Mr. Peter Noone, thank you so very, very much for your time. A safe trip coming to Pennsylvania. Oh, gosh, listen.
I'll see you at Penn's Peak.
You definitely will. I will be here.
I look forward to seeing you there, Doc.
Listen, Peter Noone,
pleasure.
Thank you so very much. Safe trip and all the best to you and your family.
Thanks, Doc. Same to you. God bless.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
PennsPeakRadio.com